Taika Ytt took on one of Marvel's most boring superheroes and turned them into everyone's favorite. Welcome back to The Rich Life. I'm your host Aaron, and before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of celebrity content. Today we're going to be talking about Taika Ytt. Taika Ytt, most known for co-writing, directing, and starring in the newest Thor movie, Thor: Love and Thunder. Taika Ytt, born Taika David Cohen, is a filmmaker, actor, and comedian born in the Bay of Plenty region of New Zealand, North Island. He was born on the 16th of August 1975, making him 46 years old at the moment. His father is of Maori descent, and he said his mother's family were Russian Jews mixed with a bit of Irish and other European ancestry. His parents split up when he was 5, and he was raised primarily by his mother Robin, who was a school teacher. When talking about his mother, he said, "She was a solo mom who was holding down like 3 jobs at the time," he said, "and they were very poor." Not much is known about Taika's father, but he opened up in June 2019 when speaking to Lord of the Rings star Elijah Wood and the producer Daniel Noah for the first episode of their podcast Visitation. He revealed that his father was one of the founding members of the bike gang Satan's Slaves. Ytt's father died in 2015, and at the time of his death, Taika said, "We didn't have a massively close relationship, but his father was very proud of all the stuff that he did." Taika was named after his paternal grandfather, who was also called Taika. At the start of his career, he alternated between using the names Taika Cohen and Taika Ytt. "I've used both names throughout my life for different things. Cohen has always been what I've used for my acting, writing, and stuff to do with theater," he explained, "and Ytt is what he've used for his art, painting, and photography." Taika's net worth is estimated to be over $14 million. His annual income is calculated to be $12 million as of 2022, according to several estimations, but it wouldn't be surprising if it's more since he worked with Marvel, Star Wars, and Disney. As a former comedian, Taika has been driving forces in some of New Zealand's most creative and successful productions, such as his 2010 film, Boy. The film revolves around a boy, an 11-year-old child, and devoted Michael Jackson fan who lives in the east coast of New Zealand in 1984. He gets his chance to know his absentee criminal father, who has returned to find a bag of money he buried years ago. Ytt wrote, directed, and acted in the film. With a strong background in comedy writing and performing with fellow comedian Jamie Clement, Taika has won New Zealand's top comedy award, the Billy T Award, and the Spirit of the Fringe Award in Edinburgh. Taika and Jermaine have worked together on multiple projects, but its most notable and mainstream would have been Moana. Ytt wrote the initial screenplay for Disney in 2016, which focused on gender and family. However, these elements were more passed over in a favorable what became the final story. Clement lent his voice to Tamatoa, a giant coconut crab in both the English and the Maori dub. Taika's first brush with recognition outside of New Zealand came with his short film 2 Cars, 1 Night, which was nominated for an Academy Award in 2005. His next short, Tamatu, is based in this true story of the Maori Battalion, won a string of international awards, and became eligible for an Oscar nomination. Taika spent 2 years in Berlin working on exhibiting in the Schuleman 40 house and spent several years experimenting with photography and painting. He illustrated Joe Randerson's book of the short stories, The Key to Hell. He collaborated with architectural firm Wright & Associates on a proposal for Wellington City Council's Wellington Gateway project. Taika was one of 5 inaugural recipients of the Arts Foundation's New Generation Award announced in 2006. His first feature film, Eagle vs. Shark, was released in 2007. He won Best Screenwriter for the film at the US Comedy Arts Festival. And in 2008, at the film's debut screening at Sundance Film Festival, Taika was named one of the top 10 directors to watch by Variety magazine. He also took home the award for Best Director of the Film at the 2008 Qantas Film and Television Award. Taika directed 2 episodes of Flight of the Conchords, a 12-part comedy series created by and starring his friends Jermaine Clement and Brett McKenzie for the American channel HBO. Taika's 2010 feature-length film, Boy, is an exploration of some of the characters and ideas introduced in his Oscar-nominated debut short, 2 Cars, 1 Night. The film was shot in the Bay of Plenty, where he's from, and draws heavily on Taika's childhood while maintaining the over-the-top comedy nature he's known for. Following its release, Boy became the highest-grossing local film in New Zealand history. In 2013, Ytt co-directed the New Zealand-based vampire comedy mockumentary, What We Do in the Shadows with Jamie Clement. As I said, these guys are tight. The film premiered at the Sundance Film Festival in January 2014, and in 2019, a spin-off comedy series by the same name was released. Ytt's 4th feature, Hunt for the Winterpool, premiered in 2016 Sundance Film Festival and got great reception, leading him to be chosen to direct the Marvel Studios film Thor: Ragnarok. Recently, when talking about how he landed the gig, Taika revealed that he had to lie to Marvel Studios by saying yes to everything in his early conversations. This wasn't the first time he lied to the studio, however. In a behind-the-scenes MCU book release last year, Ytt revealed how he and Chris Hemsworth purposely didn't disclose their friendship to Marvel before he landed the job. He wanted not to rely on Chris to get him the job. The same year Thor: Ragnarok was released, Ytt was announced as New Zealand Director of the Year. It's no surprise considering he writes, acts, and directs most of his films. More recently, Ytt wrote and directed the 2019 comedy drama film Jojo Rabbit. It was adapted from Christine Lunen's 2008 book Caging Skies and revolves around Jojo, a lonely German boy discovering that his single mother is hiding a Jewish girl in their attic. His only help throughout the film is that only from his imaginary friend Adolf. You know who we're talking about. Jojo must confront his blind nationalism as World War II continues to rage on. Ytt portrays Jojo's imaginary friend and credits credits his mother's Jewish heritage as what influenced him to make the film. When speaking about playing such an evil man, Taika said, quote, "I had no interest in writing an authentic portrayal, or even when I played him, I had no interest in actually putting in effort to putting in research because I just didn't think he deserved it." Which makes a lot of sense. If you know who we're talking about, that person's bad. The film was nominated for the Best Picture Award in 2019 Academy Awards, as well as Taika was nominated for Best Adapted Screenplay. Let's get to more lighthearted stuff now, like his love life. Ytt was in a relationship with New Zealand actress and writer Lauren Horsley for 10 years. Not much is known about the couple, but they professionally worked together throughout their relationship. The two wrote Eagle vs. Shark, a romantic comedy that also stars the two actors. It's unknown when the pair broke up or how long their relationship lasted after the film together, but Ytt went on to have more serious relationships in the future. Ytt married New Zealand film producer Chelsea Winstanley in 2011. They have two daughters together with beautiful Maori names, and I'm not even going to attempt to say it because it's just going to be wrong and I won't do it justice. The two previously met in the early 2000s when she interviewed him for a documentary series, but it was years later when they reconnected and worked together on the 2010 film Boy. He and Winstanley separated in 2018. While the cause of their split is unknown, Winstanley did reveal to the New Zealand Herald in 2018 that she no longer wanted to be in the shadow of her husband's name. "I'm just sick of women portrayed as living in the shadow of their partners. That's all. I made the film with him. I was a filmmaker before I met him, and I continue to do my own stuff," she said. Currently, Taika and British singer Rita Ora are an item. In April 2021, they sparked dating rumors when Ora shared a picture of the two embracing on Instagram with the caption, "Good times, memories, random things on my phone, and the ones I love." Now, for those of you who don't know who Rita Ora is, here's a bit of a backstory. She's a British singer and songwriter who rose to popularity in February 2012 when she featured on DJ Fresh's single, Hot Right Now. Her debut studio album, Aura, was released in August 2012 and debuted at #1 in the UK. Her most popular song is Your Song and received generally positive reviews from music critics. The song peaked at #7 on the UK singles chart, becoming Ora's 9th single to reach top 10 in the UK. It's also reached the top 20 in more than 15 countries, including Belgium, Netherlands, Germany, Switzerland, Australia, and New Zealand. Ytt and Ora have stuck together through relentless paparazzi and media buzz, and they're apparently even in the process of planning a wedding. According to The Sun, the pair recently got engaged and have plans to marry in a private ceremony, then have a show-stopping celebration later in the year after both their work projects wrap up. After a split from Chelsea Winstanley, they listed their LA property for sale. According to Celebrity Watchers The Dirt, the mid-century LA home they bought in May 2019 was put on the market for $2.75 million, just asking over $500,000 more than the couple paid for. Built in 1963, the house has been fully renovated in what the then listing describes as a modern yet sympathetic lifestyle, whatever that means. Now recently, Taika Ytt did just direct and co-write Thor: Love and Thunder, which I seen and was absolutely amazing. I'm not gonna lie, that's the first Thor movie I've ever seen, and I was actually pretty shocked to find out that he played that big rocky guy. Whatever his name is, let me know in the comments below. But let me just tell you, that movie was great. It's gonna make me go watch all the other Thor movies. And you know, the ending was a bit of a little touchy subject. You know, it was pretty sweet. You will love it, okay? It's a great time. Go get some popcorn, watch the movie.
Hello everyone, this is The Rich Life. I'm your host Michaela, and today we are talking about Tessa Thompson, so let's get started. Tessa Lynn Thompson was born on October 3rd, 1983 in Los Angeles. Her African Panamanian father, Mark, is a singer/songwriter for a musical collective, while her mother comes from Mexican-European descent. Thompson's parents split up when she was a toddler, and she divided her time between Los Angeles and New York, where her father resided. Thompson also has a sister. Her younger half-sister is a singer and songwriter. Thompson attended Santa Monica High School and then graduated from Santa Monica College with a degree in cultural anthropology. Thompson began appearing in films in 2006, but she landed one of her more prominent roles in Tyler Perry's film adaptation for Colored Girls in 2010, playing Nyla Adrose, aka Lady in Purple, from where she would appear in 2014's award-winning dramedy Dear White People, which would later become adapted into a TV series, and in Ava DuVernay's historical drama Selma in 2014, playing civil rights activist Diane Nash. The following year, the actress starred in the Rocky spin-off and sequel Creed in 2015 as a pop singer and love interest of Michael B. Jordan's character. She then returned for Creed 2 in 2018. Thompson dove into the fictional superhero Valkyrie in Thor Ragnarok in 2017. Unlike the original superhero's Norse mythological roots, Thompson was able to reinvent Valkyrie as a woman of color and make her character her own. And in Ragnarok, where it showed the storyline of other Valkyries, it's just sad, and sometimes I wish there was another one to keep Tessa's character company. Of course she has her friends, but I'm sure you know what I mean. Discussing the changes to her Marvel character, Thompson had this to say during an interview with CBR. "We had lots of conversations about diversity and inclusion. It shouldn't all be rhetorical. I think it's important that the films that we make reflect the times that we live in. To realize that big movies have the power to also shift culture. I think it's really great that young comic book readers that look like me can see themselves in a film. I think it's about time. In 2018, Thompson continued delving into the world of fantasy, but this time in the sci-fi horror genre Annihilation, which also starred an all-female lead cast including Natalie Portman, Gina Rodriguez, and Jennifer Jason Leigh. That same year, she also starred in the sci-fi comedy Sorry to Bother You, opposite Get Out actor Lakeith Stanfield. Thompson then teamed up with Ragnarok co-star Chris Hemsworth for more sci-fi action in Men in Black International in 2019. From 2005 to 2006, Thompson played a major role in the second season of Veronica Mars as Jackie Cook, the love interest of Wallace Fennell. Despite the show's fans not receiving her character well, it brought Thompson into the spotlight and helped her become more conscientious of pursuing multi-dimensional roles. The fan reaction was intense because Jackie was not very pleasant to Veronica, and of course she's our hero, Thompson told Vanity Fair in 2017. I think the writers, in an attempt to redeem Jackie and also make a compelling case for me to stick around, wanted to kind of soften her. As a result, she had a really fascinating character arc. She added, Veronica Mars definitely primed me to look for surprising dynamic women. It took me a while to realize how cool that job was. After Veronica Mars, Thompson continued to appear in other major television shows like Grey's Anatomy, Private Practice, Heroes, and Detroit 187. From 2012 to 2013, Thompson had a recurring role in ABC's supernatural drama 666 Park Avenue. As Thompson's star continued to rise, most notably on the big screen, her television roles also became more impressive. In 2016, she began playing the merciless board director Charlotte Hale in the HBO's hit sci-fi drama Westworld. With Hale, I really relinquished myself of any sort of responsibility to make her likable, Thompson confessed about her character. I feel like so often with men in professional space, it's not about being liked, it's about being respected. She also won the Gotham Independent Film Award for Breakthrough Performer. In June 2018, Thompson publicly announced that she was bisexual. I can take things for granted because of my family. It's so free that you can be anything that you want to be, she told Porter Edit. I'm attracted to men and also to women. If I bring a woman home or a man, we don't have to have the discussion. Intersexuality seemed to come out quite a lot in the new movie Thor: Love and Thunder.
That was something Taika and I had a lot of conversations about because for me, I think one way of diminishing actually the humanity of queer characters is to hang a narrative entirely on their sexuality. There was a version of Valkyrie's arc in this that was going to just do that squarely and not give much room actually for anything else that might be happening with her.
When asked about how LGBTQ+ was Thor: Love and Thunder, this is what some of the cast members had to say.
Yes, dude. How gay is it though?
So gay.
Super gay!
Tessa also expressed her closest with her Marvel co-star Brie Larson, who plays Captain Marvel. Now, as their characters in the MCU have never really had a true face-to-face introduction or interacted, people have still been shipping their characters non-stop. Speculation about Janelle Monáe and Tessa's relationship began in April 2015 when Tessa appeared as a backup dancer in the singer's Yoga music video. The pair were then photographed for the first time together the following month at the 2015 Mocha Gala. Romance rumors around the duo intensified at the beginning of 2018 after they played star-crossed lovers in the motion picture version of Janelle's Dirty Computer album and attended the Los Angeles premiere of Annihilation. During an interview with Porter Edit in June 2018, Tessa addressed the rumors head on. It's tricky because Janelle and I are just really private people. Tessa continued, we love each other deeply. We're so close, we vibrate on the same frequency. If people want to speculate about what we are, that's okay, it doesn't bother me. Her comments led many to believe that the two had been romantically involved. The actress later clarified in a tweet that I didn't say I was in a relationship, but I said a lot of other things. The rumored romance between Tessa and English singer Dev Hynes seemingly began in 2019, when the couple was photographed taking a stroll in Paris, attending Wimbledon in London, and shopping in New York. In early 2020, Dev and Tessa were seen cozying up at an after-party for the Sundance premiere of Sylvie's Love Before sitting in front row of Milan Fashion Week. It is, however, unclear when the two's romance fizzled out, as neither of them publicly confirmed the relationship. The internet went wild when pictures of Tessa getting cozy with both Taiko Ytt and Rita Ora surfaced on May 23rd. It didn't take long for people to wonder whether or not Tessa and the new celeb couple were actually a throuple, seeing as Tessa had been photographed both nose to nose with Rita and in an intimate embrace with Taika. The trio was also seen in a huddle one can only describe as a love puddle. Rita and Taika were first romantically linked together by an Instagram post in April 2021. Oddly enough, Tessa was also included in the same Instagram gallery, which the singer had captioned good times, memories, random things on my phone, and the ones I love.
Damn. 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 Damn!
Tessa also spoke about her leaking one of her Love and Thunder's costumes in an interview with Taika.
Say real quick on uniforms, maybe we're not supposed to say, but Love your Instagram picture.
So what did I do?
Of the new Valkyrie clothes.
Oh, no, see, it was my fault. I sent a picture to my stepmom and she posted it on Instagram.
Oh man.
Oh really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, I wasn't me, and it's a big thing. She feels terrible. I'm so sorry, Marvel. I'm so sorry.
Model Zach Stenmark was also spotted hanging out with Tessa, Taika, and Rita Ora on May 23rd. And that same day, he and Tessa were photographed kissing while out and about in Sydney. However, the relationship status remains unclear. Tessa has also expressed her love for her dog in an interview.
I do have a dog. I have a dog named Coltrane. He's part Chihuahua. No, which I like Chihuahuas.
She also has an amazing style.
As you can see, like all of these pieces in this outfit are so wearable, but then she like adds a little funky shoe to it. And to me is giving very much like New York City cool girl. I love that she wears a lot of like big pants and satin, and everything just looks so expensive and elevated. I love an oversized jean. Would I ever dare to wear something like this? No, but she looks amazing, and I love the fuzzy.
Welcome back to The Rich Life. I'm your host Aaron, and before we get started, don't forget to like and subscribe for your daily dose of celebrity content. Now let's get to it. Today we're going to be talking about Christian Bale. Christian Bale is an English actor who has a net worth of $120 million. He is perhaps best known for playing Batman in several of Christopher Nolan's Dark Knight trilogy films. He's also known for the American Psycho role, Big Short, Vice, American Hustle, Ford v Ferrari, and The Fighter, for which he has won Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor. So Christian Bale was born in 1974 in Wales, UK. He is the son of Jenny, a circus performer, and David, an entrepreneur. His mother is English and his father was born in South Africa to English parents. The family moved around a lot when he was a kid. Eventually, he began attending Bournemouth School but left at the age of 16. When Bale's parents divorced in 1991, his sister and mother stayed in Bournemouth, and Bale and his father moved to Los Angeles. Bale began acting in commercials when he was just 8 years old. His first role was in 1982, a commercial for fabric softener. He made his stage debut in 1984 opposite the future Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson in The Nerd on London's West End. Bale gained international attention at the age of 13 for his performance in Steven Spielberg's 1988 movie Empire of the Sun. He later starred in the cult classic musical Newsies and Swing Kids, and went on to gain a role in 1994's film adaptation of Little Women. He played Arthur Stewart in 1997's Velvet Goldmine. In 1999, Christian was thrust into the mainstream spotlight when he played a serial killer Patrick Bateman in American Psycho. He was briefly dropped from the movie in favor of Leonardo DiCaprio, but DiCaprio dropped out and Bale was recasted again. Bale poured months of research into his role, along with physically prepping his body for months of intense training and tanning to achieve the Olympian physique the character is described for. His performance was well received and is now considered iconic. I mean, have you seen the movie? Especially the most iconic scene is when he's in this like plastic coat and he has that axe and he just goes to town on his friend. It's really creepy. This guy is super twisted. It starts off with a weird monologue and you could tell that the character is just in his head a lot. Bale is also probably best known around the world for his portrayal of Batman, Bruce Wayne, in Christopher Nolan's three-part Dark Knight franchise. In 2004, after he completed filming his lead role in The Machinist, he was picked over Jake Gyllenhaal to play the lead role of Batman. He was given a deadline of 6 months to achieve his Batman muscular physique, having lost significant weight for his previous project. He went on from 121 pounds to 221 pounds of mostly muscle in just 6 months. Bale was praised for his depth in portrayal of Batman and his unique interpretation of the character. He went on to reprise his role for 2 more movies, each out-earning the last and setting new box office records. The final installment, The Dark Knight Rises, was released in July 2021 and was the most financially successful movie that Bale has starred in. The 3 Batman movies earned over $2.3 billion worldwide at box offices. Now for his salary. During Batman, Christian earned at least $9 million in the first appearance of the Batman Begins movie, and he earned $10 million as a base salary for The Dark Knight and was rewarded with $20 million in his performance bonus. For his final appearance, Christian earned about $15 million. That's a total of $54 million for the whole 3 films. He was reportedly offered $50 million to return for a 4th film, but declined. He was then reportedly offered $50 million to make a minor appearance as Batman in the Justice League movie, but declined that as well. Who knows why? I would take it in a heartbeat. Now, after dabbling into some indie movies following the success of Dark Knight and the trilogy, Bale made a return to the big budget flicks when he starred alongside Mark Wahlberg in 2010's The Fighter, directed by David O. Russell. His portrayal of boxer Dickie Uckland was universally acclaimed. He won the Golden Globe and Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor and 30 other awards in 2011. Other successful starring roles included Bale's portrayal of Irving Rossfields in American Hustle, reuniting him with Russell once again as his director. He was nominated for an Oscar for Best Actor in his work. In 2015, Bale starred in The Big Short, a film based on the book of the same name about a financial crisis in 2007. Once again, he quickly gathered accolades for his role, including an Oscar nomination for Best Supported Actor and a Golden Globe nomination for Best Actor. For his appearance in American Hustle, Bale accepted a very low acting fee in exchange for 9% of the movie's gross profit points. Bale underwent a major body transformation once again for his portrayal of Dick Cheney Cheney in the biographical comedy drama Vice in 2018. He received a wide critical acclaim and a Golden Globe for Best Actor and nomination for an Academy Award for Best Actor as well. Bale was set to appear in the Marvel film Thor: Love and Thunder in 2021. He's being called one of the most talented actors of his generation and is being praised throughout his career for his range, depth, and versatility. Bale is also recognized as a sex symbol in the media. Now, listen, I seen the movie Thor and I'm gonna tell you, I don't know about the sex symbol. I didn't even recognize him in the opening scene. I was literally there with my popcorn and I was like, okay, when's the movie gonna start? Cause you know, like there's so many trailers and I didn't see anything say Thor and I was just like, okay, there's a big desert, there's some scary old man and like I had no idea that it was Christian Bale. And I think after the first slaying of the god, big spoiler alert, I'm sorry, but after he killed the first dude, then I'm like, wait, that's Christian Bale. I didn't even know Christian Bale was gonna be in the movie. I didn't even know anything about the movie Thor. I had never seen a Thor movie in my life except for that one. I guess that's like the fourth one. I'm 3 behind. He did a great job. He was super scary. Bale has been married to former model and makeup artist Sibzy Balzic since 2000. Together they have 2 children, a daughter and a son. The couple are active philanthropists who support a number of different causes, especially those related to nature and animals such as Greenpeace. In July 2008, Bale was in the news for when he flew into an angry rant on the set of Terminator Salvation, which he was filming in New Mexico. Audio of the incident was leaked in February 2009. The rage-fueled incident was directed at Shane Hulbert, director and photography on the film. According to Bale, Hulbert had raised his concentration by walking on the set while he was filming a scene. The audio revealed Bale screaming at the director and threatened to quit the movie. Fellow actors and directors, including Darren Aronofsky and Ron Howard, publicly defended Bale's tirade, noting that it is customary on many sets for crew members to remain still and out of set during rolling. Bale made a public apology on Los Angeles radio station in February 2009 and said that he and Hulbert communicated after and resolved it immediately with no ongoing issue. But then again, Bale once again made headlines when he was arrested in July 2008 in London after being accused of assault by his mother and his sister at the Dorchester Hotel. Bale was held for 4 hours of questioning and then released on bail. Bail on bail. Ooh, that's funny. The next month, it was declared that the police would take no further action based on the lack of evidence. Bale has denied that any assault even occurred. He applied for US citizenship in 2010 and became a naturalized citizen by 2014. We're gonna talk about where he's living though, because you know, once you're a US citizen, you gotta get some US properties. So Christian Bale resides in Brentwood, Los Angeles. In November 2017, Christian Bale paid $8.8 million for a large mansion in LA's Brentwood Park. Christian and his wife, Sibby, still own the Santa Monica house they bought together in 2001 for $1.765 million. They also own a $13.5 million 8-acre ranch in a different part of Brentwood, which they bought in 2008. So we're gonna talk about some of his accolades though, because you know, he's living in the US, he's getting a lot of jobs now, and you know, those jobs come with awards. So Christian has won more than 78 total awards in his acting career, including Academy Award and Golden Globe for The Fighter in 2011, a pair of Screen Actors Guild Awards, and many more. He has received over 200 nominations. Bale was listed on Time's 100 in 2011. Now, I know this guy's just making a lot of money, he's super popular for Batman, but I'm just gonna say real quick, what do you think of the new Batman, since he's most notable for it? But I'm gonna tell you, I personally like the older ones with like George Clooney, Alicia Silverstone, Uma Thurman, Jim Carrey, Val Kilmer. What even happened to Val Kilmer? This guy's looking scary right now. You gotta do a quick Google search on him. Actually, no, let's just throw a picture of him real quick. Personally, the older Batmans were my favorite. I'm probably gonna have to binge watch them this weekend. Let me know about this whole thing in the comments below. And are you gonna go watch the Thor movie? Because I think you should. My name's Aaron, thanks for checking out The Rich Life. See you soon.